Hello everyone, Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed. I'm coming at you today with another thread that I'd like to start. And today what I want to do is show you some bootlegs and unofficial releases that I have in my collection on both CD and vinyl. Now, I am not an expert on telling the difference between what is a bootleg and an unofficial release or what is a real release, but I do have some idea, and I know definitely that some of these things that I'm going to show you today are either bootlegs or unofficial releases. And I'd be interested to know what you guys have in your collections. I don't seek out bootlegs. If I come across them and it seems like something pretty cool, I will definitely pick it up. A lot of us, as we've found out with bootlegs and unofficial releases, a lot of times the sound quality is lacking. But the ones that I have that I'm going to show you today, actually the sound is actually pretty good in most of these. I'm not going to put a number on this. I'm not going to say, give me 5, give me 10. Just show me whatever you have. And, I'm interested to know what sort of, bootlegs and things like that you have in your collection. So the first one I'm going to show today, this is called Led Zeppelin In The Evening. And this is an unofficial release of their tour in 1980. This was recorded live in Brussels, Belgium, June 20th, 1980. This is put out by On Stage, but it is an unofficial release. And I believe that this was their In Through the Outdoor tour, so they do Nobody's Fault But Mine, Train Kept A-Rollin', Black Dog, Since I've Been Loving You, In the Evening, All My Love, Trampled Underfoot, The Rain Song, and Kashmir. Sounds pretty good, and it's kind of neat to hear Zeppelin before they just broke apart. So, pretty cool pickup. I think I got this at a garage sale for like $1, and I'm like, you know what? I've never seen that before. Looked it up on Discogs and found out that it was an unofficial release. So I kept it because it's cool to have in the collection, and it sounds good too. So that's the first one, Led Zeppelin In The Evening. Next, check that cover out. This is called I Am the Fly. And what this is the back cover. This is a 45, and it's got 4 bands on it from the SST label. So you've got the band Firehose and the Leaving Trains on that side. And you've got the bands Opal and Slovenly on that side. This is made in the UK. This was never officially released. This came as part of a magazine that I believe was called Chemical Imbalance. And any of you guys out there in the UK can help me with that possibly. It actually says on here, this is not an SST record. So pretty cool. 4 unreleased songs live from bands that I love that was never officially released. You had to actually buy that magazine Chemical Imbalance to get this. And pretty cool. Made in the UK, limited edition, 4,300 pressed, October 1987. Next, I have a copy of Bad Religion's Into the Unknown. Now, if anybody is familiar with Bad Religion, this was their second album from 1983. It was a total departure from their first album. This is more proggy with keyboards and again, just a prog element. It was the only album that Bad Religion sort of experimented with that sound. It was a total flop. And the band, of course, went back to their original punk sound. But interesting to have. This is an unofficial release. It originally came out on Epitaph Records. But again, this is not an official release of this. But whoever put this together did a great job because it looks just like the original album. There's the back cover. Even down to the lyric sheet inside. So, pretty cool. I like Bad Religion. And it's kind of neat to have this album because, like I said, it's proggy, it's got keyboards, it sounds nothing like a typical Bad Religion album. So, Bad Religion Into the Unknown, unofficial release. Next, I've shown this one before. I'm a big Maiden fan. I'm also a big Blaze Bayley fan. This is Iron Maiden's Blaze No Brazil. This is a boot. You can see white vinyl, no label. This album is a live recording from Sao Paulo, Brazil, August 24th, 1996. So they do Man on the Edge, Wrathchild, Heaven Can Wait, Lord of the Flies, Blood on the World's Hands, The Evil That Men Do, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Fear of the Dark, The Clairvoyant, and Iron Maiden. So this was the X Factor tour. I always wanted to hear Blaze singing Iron Maiden stuff live because there are no official releases of Blaze singing the Maiden stuff. Not that I know of. So when I saw this boot, I definitely had to pick it up. The sound quality is pretty good. It's just, I'm a big Blaze Bayley fan. And of course, I'm a big Iron Maiden fan as well. So it was great to hear him live. Now, I knew this already. Blaze has a lot of difficulty singing the Maiden stuff. That's part of the reason why he is now out of the band. I love Blaze. I love his vocals. He's probably the most full of emotion vocalist and passionate vocalist that I know of. The man is just, he's just a beast live. Unfortunately, the Maiden stuff was a little out of his range. I mean, if you listen to his solo stuff, or if you listen to the stuff with Wolfsbane, you'll hear how good Blaze is. But with Maiden, some of the stuff that Bruce was singing, it was just a little bit out of Blaze's range. But it's still kind of cool to have Blaze singing the Maiden stuff. And again, like I said, this is the X Factor tour. Pretty cool. Now, this last one I'm going to show you, I've shown this one before. I've actually done a whole video on this album before. And the jury's still out on it. I picked up a copy of the Beatles' Let It Be, and I was looking at it, and I noticed that the photos were very washed out and white. You know, and then I looked at the back, and I noticed that, not the back, but the actual vinyl, I noticed the apple was a different color than I'd ever seen before. And I started to do some research on this album and realized that there were, you know, bootlegs of this album going around. You know, I looked at the inside. The pictures seem to be a little washed out. The sound quality is fine. So I did a little research. Like I said, I did a video on this album. Some of the characteristics of the bootleg are in this, but then there are some that are not. So I'm still on the fence on whether or not this is a bootleg or not. So maybe if you Beatles fans out there could let me know, or if you have an original pressing of Let It Be, you know, compare it to the pictures on here. Like I said, it looked just a little washed out. Some of the photos, the color of the apple, of course, was different. And again, I am not an expert on whether this is a bootleg or not, but it looked like it could be. So this is still on the fence for me, but that's what I have. I'd be interested to know what you guys have out there. Show me your bootlegs or unofficial releases, and if anybody has any information on stuff that I've shown you today, I'd love to know what you guys think. Enjoy the rest of your day, and you know what today? Listen to Zeppelin. Give In Through the Outdoor some more love. I feel like that album doesn't get a lot of love. All right, guys. Talk to you later.